Good morning everybody and welcome to the channel. So today I felt it was a bit hot, so I thought I'm not going to take my motorbike, I'm going to take the car where the air conditioning is blowing full speed, so that's good. I'm just filling up the car and we are going to take a small drive not very far from where I live. It's a very nice area that is a bit underrated, I would say, because everybody that goes to Kuantan, which is the capital city of the state of Pahang in Malaysia, they normally go to a place called TC, Teluk Chokpendak, and there's another video somewhere where I actually visit that beach. There's a couple of beaches in TC that not everybody knows about, but we'll make another video where we're going to go to all the different beaches. But today I'm going to go to Pantai Sepat, which is south of Kuantan, about 10 kilometers south of Kuantan. So at the moment I'm going to be driving towards Kuantan town, then I'm going to go over the bridge, and then we get to a area called Tanjung Lumpur, and once we get there it's just a couple of kilometers to Pantai Sepat. The only thing I know about Pantai Sepat is it's a very long stretch of beach of about 5 to 6 kilometers. There's little fishing boats everywhere, and there's a lot of fishermen living in that area selling their fish into the capital of the state of Pahang. So I'll be back and I'll show you some more. See you later. Sometimes you will see the screen go up, but that's just after 30 seconds, still filming. Just keep filming, it's fine. Later we cut it out. Maybe when we're at the traffic light, we can move a little bit towards the view more. Maybe you can show the passerby. What would you just call this? Just pasar?
Pasar.
Pasar.
It's just pasar, right?
Okay, so now click again on the top. KWRC, Kuantan Waterfront Resort City. This is the first part of the development. They want to build another 6,000 houses, and they want to build a cruise terminal, which I think after this coronavirus, it's not going to be so easy to do, but at least it's a development that's on the way. This is the bazaar, Selamat Turuntum. It's like in the evenings often there's a night bazaar here as well, and during the day there is a lot of local food and local clothing available. We're driving into a small town. It's a fishing village called Tanjung Lumpur, and it's famous for two things. One is Ikan Bakar, which is barbecued fish. Here is a very famous restaurant here on the corner. So the Ikan Bakar is, it's in principle, it's to almost all the shops have the same procedure. You go to the counter, you select, there's a whole selection of different fishes. You select the fishes that you want, you select the sauce that you would like, and then they fry it in whichever way you want, either barbecued or deep fried or steamed even. However, steamed not everybody does. So Ikan Bakar is one of the dishes that people come from miles away to come and take them here. And then there is another dish that is called Satah. And Satah is flour with a fish paste, and that's mixed together, and that is wrapped up in a pandan leaf and then barbecued, so like a satay more or less, but it's called Satah. I will see if I can get some pictures and I will put them in as well, so you see what it looks like, and I will put some pictures in of the Ikan Bakar as well, so you can see how it's barbecued. So coming from Kuantan, we are driving towards Ikan, so that is south of Kuantan, and then we have to turn to the left towards Pantai Sepat. There is a signpost. The brown signpost normally indicates a tourist attraction. However, there was another signage shielding the wording. So now we're on the road towards Pantai Sepat. You see it's getting quite rural, and Pantai Sepat itself is quite a rural area. So we just came from this road, and we got to this area. This is a car park, a bit rural car park, and then behind that building over there, which is the restaurant, there is the sea. So let's go there. Well, like I said, Pantai Sepat is known for its fish. Already you can see some boats, and what I thought was the restaurant is actually a local little fish market, where probably the local fishermen are trading their fish directly to the end consumer. And as you can see, people are running around with baskets, and they are selecting the fish. Let's have a look here. was just inside, and it seems that everybody's waiting for something. We're gonna have a closer look at some of the fishing boats. It looks like some of the fishing boats have just come in. I can see that they are washing the outboard engines. This is the freshest catch of the day. This is the freshest catch of the day, straight from the boat. Had a good catch here. Cool net. Seems he had a good catch, and his bucket was full. I've not been here for a while actually, but it's pretty neat. So just behind the market are the little fishing boats located. And then if we walk to the beach, it's really gorgeous here. That's quite interesting. Somebody put his trailer here, and look at the wheels they put on. I don't know why they would use expensive wheels or rims. I have to admit, this is the South China Sea that you at this moment looking at. Oh, they're pulling this motorboat, this boat out. They roll the trailer deep into the sea under the boat, and then they let the tractor pull it out. That's quite nice. So that's another fisherman. Let's go and have a look. One of the things I just wanted to tell you is, if we look at the sea, see how flat this is. Unbelievable. This sea in itself is one of the roughest seas I've ever been on, and I've traveled all around the world. I've been scuba diving, technical scuba diving in many different areas of the world, but the South China Seas can rage like nothing else. And to see it today like a mill pond is just unbelievable. I mean, the little waves that are coming to shore at the moment is nothing. But look at how flat it is. Incredible. The flat earth community would have a field day here, because they would say, well, look at it, how flat it is. Actually interesting. I'm not sure if I can pinpoint that out, but on the far corner there, that is a resort called the Tumbling Resort, Kuantan Tumbling Resort. Then that hill, that ridge, is a little mountain that is very popular for people that do jogging and things like that. Now I'm just thinking of the name, but I will pop it in the comments somewhere. And then remember that we just saw these two towers. That is over there, just over there. These are the two towers. It looks like one, but it's just because of the angle. If I go a little bit further, then there is another area, and that is the two towers that you can see maybe in the far distance. That is the Zenith Hotel of Kuantan. So we're probably about 20 minutes away outside of Kuantan. Gorgeous little beach. I have to admit, this area is a bit dirty. There's some rubbish on the beach and all this. Yeah. Honey, what do you say? Huh? Oh, you want fish? Okay, come. We have a look. So what was the latest boat they pulled out? Which one? This one? Okay. So let's have a look at the boat that they just pulled out of the water. You like it?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes. I want fish. No.
Yeah, then go. Yeah, we cannot take it in the car, honey. Unless you can get some ice. You see, at this moment they are unloading what they call ikan pari, which is a flatfish. It's like a little ray, and it's delicious. Well, the fisherman just announced that he has two buckets. One is the green one and one is the yellow one. And it seems everybody got very excited because he just announced that in the yellow one there is shark. So wow.
That's it. Bawa hati kan ni betul. Isi. Ada ni dua katang dua. Hari-hari katang dia. Wow. Wow. Ya. Tak muat ai pasal hari sikit lagi. Paruh lagi. Ha. Okey. Ikan lu ada tak? Ha? Ikan lu ada? Tak ada. Tak ada. Ikan tu belaka. Ikan ni belaka. Ya. Ha. Patut pari ni. Kejut tengok macam apa.
So now we see where all the fishes come from. Now it's time to eat one. Makan. Video. Do a Mark Wiens. Come on, do one like your most favorite actor on YouTube, Mark Wiens.
Very fresh. Oh no. I love Satah.
Okay, that's the price you pay for fresh fish. Or maybe because I pay the price because I'm a foreigner. When you're a foreigner, normally the price goes up. Something costs 4 ringgit, $1, it goes up to 5 ringgit to $1.25, which I'm totally fine about. But if it goes up from, let's say, a normal standard meal like this would cost me in town, would cost me, let's say, with the drink, about 7 ringgit, which is $1.50. I'm still not complaining because in principle Malaysia is cheap. But in this case they charge us 14 ringgit, so that's double the price. That's, you know, I'm still not complaining, but it's like, you know, they're taking advantage, which is to me they shouldn't do. And tourists get pissed off with it and said enough is enough, we don't like to be cheated over prices. However, of course, if you calculate it to European prices, it's still $1, it's a $2.50 meal, which still is dirt cheap. but compared to what the local prices are, that to me is just not fair. And I seriously, I don't mind if they charge me just a little bit more, it's fine. But double the price, that I always find crazy. But never mind, it was a delicious meal and it was a good drink. And now we're just walking back to the beach, where luckily the sun went down a little bit. And let's have a look at the beach here. Honey, what is this?
Cap.
It's a cap. Oh my goodness. This girl, she's always crazy. Alright. So this is where we were just now. Ah, beautiful birds here. Now we've got another fisherman coming into harbor. Their life is simple, yeah. The fishing boat is at the beach. Their houses are probably just behind the shoreline here. And this is what they do. They normally leave harbor, or they leave the beach at about 3 o'clock at night, and they go fishing. They're up at daybreak, and then they do their fishing and come back in. So currently it's around 12 o'clock, so it's good. It's about noon time. So that puts them out at sea for about 10 hours. These guys must have a hard life. I'm sure they're doing 7-day work weeks, and I'm sure that their earnings are not very high either. So I know that my 14 ringgit is gonna be well earned. So thanks to that. Okay. Right. Let's have a stroll along the beach. This beach is getting more and more popular from what I can see, because I can see a whole crowd over there. Probably maybe 100 over people. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but that seems to be a popular part. So we're going to be walking over there. There's a lot of rubbish on this beach, which also makes it quite interesting because you will find stuff. And yeah, let's see what we can find. Okay, we're nearly at the end of our trip. We found a few things that we're bringing home from the beach that we just found on the beach, and Wati has a whole bunch of things as well. And then we're going to take you to finalize this video. I'm going to take you to the number 3 tourist attraction in Kuantan, which isn't a tourist attraction but is a shop, and that shop is called Cowboy. And there's quite a bit of story about Cowboy. They in principle were one of the first shops, bigger shops, that brought in all sorts of cheap stuff from China, container wise. So they brought in boxes full of cutlery and boxes full of glasses, but it became a shop where nothing was organized and everything was at random. So you walk into a shop where you think, my goodness, what happened here? However, this shop has grown over the years, and nowadays they have a few outlets around town, and I remember there's one in Malacca, and there's probably in a couple of other places as well. And this shop is listed in TripAdvisor as the number 3 tourist attraction of Kuantan. Unfortunately, it's no longer so chaotic as it was in the past, because in the past it was really chaotic. If you ask somebody like, can you tell me where the torch lights are, and say, oh, that's in that box underneath the other 5 boxes, here's a knife, you can open it yourself. So it's quite funny. They have become a bit more organized, so now they have proper racks and everything is really well organized. But it's a great place to stroll around for a couple of maybe a couple of hours, or maybe an hour of your time, because they have so much. And they have a large variety, often from cheap to a little bit more expensive, but they do have stuff you don't really find in other places. So I love to go once a month. I go to Cowboy. I always have a small list. Most of the time I go there for tools and some stuff for the garden and things like that. So I'm going to show you the building. I'm not going to show you inside because they don't allow you to video. At least I show you the largest Cowboy number 3 tourist attraction in Kuantan. So if you ever make it this way, head there and have some fun. All right, I'll see you later, and take care for now. Wati, show me what you have apart from your...
I have this one.
Okay, so you brought a few shells.
Yes, many so.
Okay, that's for your jewelry. Okay.
And this one
and this one I asked you to carry. Okay, earlier I pointed out to you that these boats, they are on trailers. And I thought, look at this trailer, he's got some fancy wheels on it, some lightweight aluminium wheels. And I thought, wow, that's a bit funny to put it on a trailer. And then I look at the next one, and I look at the next one, and I think they all have aluminium trailer wheels. Maybe the obvious reason is that aluminium doesn't rust and steel does. So silly old me. Okay, so we have driven from Pantai Sepat. We went towards Pekan, and then we turned back to Kuantan. So at the moment I'm on a Jalan Gambang, which is the main road from Kuantan to Gambang, and that's where the highway and the exit to the highway actually is, or the entrance to the highway. However, there's also a Kuantan exit. So we have exit Kuantan and we have exit Gambang. So currently I'm driving towards exit Gambang. But I promised you I would take you to the number 3 tourist attraction in Kuantan. And it's a place called Cowboy. And let me see where Cowboy is, because we are getting close. And I can see the building over here, the one with the green lining. And this is Cowboy. And it seems busy, but not that busy, because it's a big building. Now, this is the biggest Cowboy here in Kuantan. However, there are a few smaller shops in town as well. But because we're passing by on this one, we'll just go here. Okay, that was the trip to Kuantan, Tanjung Lumpur, Pantai Sepat, and then to Cowboy, and now I just go back home. Tired, long day, just kidding. So see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Take care for now, yeah? Bye bye.